how you cannot win the presidency. It's very simple. If you're on defense, you can't win. Now, as you know, a week from today, my new book, Confronting the Presidents, will be out. All right. I hope you take the time to read it. Very important book. But let's take a look at recent history. So Gerald Ford lost to Jimmy Carter. You remember that in 1976. And he lost because he was on the defensive about pardoning Richard Nixon. Whereas Carter, much like Kamala Harris, had no real experience at federal level. He was a governor of Georgia. Harris has a little experience, but both Carter and Harris never really accomplished anything at the federal level. But Carter beat Ford because Ford was on the defense. Then we had Reagan defeating Carter because Carter couldn't defend his record. Couldn't defend it. It was as abysmal as Joe Biden's record. Biden's probably a little bit worse because of the open border. But Reagan just trounced Carter because Carter was on defense. He couldn't explain why the economy was terrible, why he couldn't get hostages out of Iran. And he got waxed. Then you had Reagan winning 2 terms, all right, because he had momentum, was rolling. Then Bush the elder won, the vice president under Reagan, because he had momentum. Reagan gave him that momentum. It's a handoff. But then Clinton beat him, Bush the elder, because Bush the elder promised no new taxes and then raised taxes, and the economy was in a recession anyway. So Bush the elder was on defense and lost to a guy nobody knew anything about, Bill Clinton. You can't play defense and win. Okay? Clinton sails through 2 terms. He was on defense because of Lewinsky, but the economy overrode it. And the American economy was strong. People said, all right, as long as the economy's perking, I'll vote for Clinton. He wants 2 terms. So then Bush the younger shows up against Gore. Gore was on the defensive because of Clinton. And Gore, as you'll remember, didn't want Clinton even campaigning for him. So Gore, in a very tight race, lost. Then Bush won 2 terms, largely on the 9/11 anti-terror situation. And then Obama came in and beat John McCain because the last few months of Bush the younger's term, the economy went into severe recession. And McCain could not explain how to turn it around. So Obama, another guy nobody knew anything about, wins. Okay, now, Hillary Clinton was on the defensive because nobody likes her. It wasn't about policy, they just didn't like her. So Trump beats her because Hillary, no matter what she did, people go, I don't like her. And there's enough people that won't vote for people they don't like. Okay? And then Trump loses to Biden for the same reason, that he was demonized so badly, and a lot of it was unfair, that a lot of Americans said, I don't like Trump. So I'm going to vote for Biden, who won't come out of his basement. All right, I think I made my point. You cannot win the Oval Office being on defense. So Trump has to get off defense. He's got to stop with the controversies. It doesn't matter who's right and wrong. If you go to Arlington and the Army says, don't film it for any purpose, and you get in a controversy with the Army, even though you may be right because Trump was invited there, it doesn't do you any good. Every day, Donald Trump's on defense. He's got to turn that around. He's got to put Kamala Harris on defense next Tuesday night, or he'll lose, because the media is not going to stop. Trump himself has to put the vice president on defense. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.